Hi everyone, I continue on the lesson. So now we want to solve just system of equations, system of linear equations. We want to solve them algebraically. And the first method is substitution. Substitution, as you hear, substitution means I want to substitute something. So what do I want to do here? I can see my both equations are based on both two variables. See, I can solve for x here, but I see y. I can solve for y, but I see x. Here I can solve for x, I see y, I can solve for y, I see x, and I don't want that. So because I'm not able to find any variable in this way. Okay, so I would say I can find one of my variable from one of the equation and I substitute in the other equation, and then I make the other equation based on just one variable. For example, I find x from equation 1 and I substitute in equation 2, and then equation 2 will be just based on y. Or I can find y from equation 1 and substitute in the equation 2, and then I see everything based on x. Okay, so this makes just the second equation based on just one variable, and then I am able to solve it. Okay, you know me, I don't memorize the steps, and I don't want you to memorize the step. I want you to learn. Okay, so but I can go over the steps, and I really recommend don't memorize, try to do examples, and then you never forget. See, solve one equation, oh sorry, choose one of the equation and solve one of the variable, but which one you choose and which variable, it depends on the question, and I will show you in the question. Okay, in different examples. Okay, then substitute into the second equation. So substitute in the second equation and remove one of the variables. Okay, so if I find x from the first equation and I substitute in the second one will be just based on y, and this is what I want, because then I can solve for that variable. Okay, and then I can substitute that variable into the original equation and solve for the second variable, and then I can check, I can substitute to see if left side equal right side, but which equation, which variable from that equation, so I can show you with examples. Okay, so doesn't matter, I can choose any equation, I can choose any variable, but I want to do it with the best one because I want to reduce my workload. I don't want to increase chance of mistake, okay, making mistakes, so I want to just make it easier for myself. Okay, see here I have two equations, so one of them is x plus 4y equals 6. One of them is 2x minus 3y equal 1. What happens if you solve for x here? You have 6 minus 4y. Okay, so you didn't find x. What about if you find x here? Again, for the second equation, again you have y, because you have 1 plus 3y divided by 2. So it doesn't help you. Okay, so you want to find one of the variable from one equation and substitute in the other one. Okay, you can choose any equation, any of them, and you can choose any variable, but I recommend you choose the one which is easier for you. Okay, choose the one which has 1 beside, because then you don't need to divide by any number. See, if I choose y from the first equation, I have to do 4y equal 6 minus x, and y is 6 minus x divided by 4. When I have divided, when I have denominator, it's hard to deal. I don't think it's impossible. No, it's possible. I can find the answer, but I want to make it easy for myself, so I don't do that. Okay, so make sure to go for the equation which has 1 beside the variable. Okay, and choose that variable. Okay, so I choose the first equation because it has 1x. Okay, and I solve for x. So x equals 6 minus 4y. Oh, perfect. I don't see any division. That's easy for me. Okay, so now I substitute in the second equation. Remember, if I solve second equation and find one of the variable there, I substitute in the first one. Okay, so that's x. So 2 times 6 minus 4y minus 3y equal 1. Make sure to pay attention which one is inside the bracket. So yes, 6 minus 4y is just x. So I put bracket because 2 multiple everything, 2 multiple x. Okay, don't make mistake here. Okay, so that's 12 minus 8y equal minus 3y equal 1. And then I have 12 minus 11y equal 1. And then I have 12 minus 1 equal 11y, and then I have 11 equal 11y, and then y is 11 divided by 11, which is 1. Okay, now can I say I'm done? No. Then you ask what is x. Okay, so what is x? I go back here. Okay, so x is 6 minus 4 multiple 1, which is 2. Okay, so x is 2. So x is 2 and y is 1. This is my answer. I can highlight it, but I'm not still sure because I have to check. Okay, so x 1 plus 2 times 2. Am I right? Oh, sorry, 4 times 2. Let me see. 2, 2 is x. Okay, so 2 plus 4 times 2 is 2 plus, am I right here? 4 times 1. Oh, what's wrong with me? Okay, that, so it's 4, which is 6 equals 6. Perfect. How about the other one? 2x minus 3y. It's this equal 1. Perfect. So if I see left side not equal right side, sometimes I see left side not equal right side, but then I see a student, they move to the next question. That's wrong. You made a mistake somewhere. You have to go and fix it. Okay, just pay attention to everything. See, I chose equation 1 because it has x multiple 1. So it's easier for me. I choose x. I find x. How do I find x? I just move everything which doesn't have x to the other side. When I move, I change the sign. Look at here. I change the sign. Okay. And then I substitute in the other equation. And the other equation will be just based on y. Perfect. Now I can solve it. But I do everything mathematically, logically correct. Okay, so how about here? Okay, so how about here? I have two equations. 2x plus y equals 6. 3x plus 2y equals 10. Okay, again, I choose first equation, but I choose y because it's 1y. It's easier for me. I don't need to divide by 2. I don't need to divide by 3. Okay, so y is 6 minus 2x. What's the reason? Minus 2x because I move it. When I move, I change the sign. Okay, so now I substitute here. So it is 3x plus 2 bracket because 2 multiple everything equal 10, which is 3x plus 12 minus 4x equal 10, which is 12 minus x plus equal 10, which is 12 minus 10, which is 2. X is 2. And then what is y? So I go here and find y. So y is 6 minus 2 times 2, which is 2, because 6 minus 4 is, I can do it step by step, it's 2. Okay, so the answer is 2 and 2, so I can highlight it, but I'm not still sure. I have to check my answer if it's correct. So, okay, so 2 times 2 plus 2 equals 6. Okay, which is 4 plus 2 equals 6. Yes, equals 6. Perfect. Left side equal right side. And 3 times 2 plus 2 times 2 equals, so it's 6 plus 4 equal 10. Yes, equal 10. Perfect. Okay, sometimes I see some people say, okay, I don't check one of the equation because one of the equation is, for example, the equation that I used to just remove the other variable, but I recommend use both equations and check both equations, because if you made mistake, then you can catch it here. Okay, practice. Okay, so which one you choose here? Okay, you choose the first equation and you choose the first variable because it's 1 multiple x. It's 1 beside. The coefficient beside is 1. Okay, so it's x equal 2 minus 3y. I move it, so I change the sign. Now I substitute in the second one. I need a bracket because to multiple everything. See, every time I am explaining all of these because that's important. I don't want you to make mistake here. The questions from here not hard, so you can just pay attention and have good mark. 4 minus 6y plus 5y equal 3. So you have 4 minus y equal 3, and then you have 4 minus 3 equal y, which is 1. Y is 1. Okay, y is 1. Then what is x? So x plus, okay, sorry. I have, okay, I go here. So x equal 2 minus 3y, which is 2 minus 3, and which is minus 1. Okay, so the answer is minus 1 and 1. This is the answer. I can highlight it. Now I can make sure. How do I make sure? I substitute. Okay, so minus 1 plus 3 times 1 is minus 1 plus 3, which is 2 equal to 2. Perfect. 2 multiple minus 1 plus 5 multiple 1, which is minus 2 plus 5 equal 3. Yes, perfect. Okay, so that's correct. And left side equal right side. That's good. Okay, how about here? Here I can choose equation 1 and solve for x and y. I can choose equation 2 and solve for y because all of them are beside is 1. Even one of them is minus 1 doesn't really matter because still I can remove that and I don't have any denominator. Okay, so which one you choose here? So I would say I choose the second one and I choose this one, y. Okay, so it is y equal 11 minus 3x. I move the sign, so I move one of them, so I change the sign. Okay, so now I substitute here. So it's x minus bracket. Why? Because minus y, minus everything. And y now is not just y, it's two terms. So 11 minus 3x, because then minus is for both of them, equal 1. So x minus 11 plus 3x equal 1. If you forget to put the bracket, then you just change 11 to minus 11 and you forget to do for the next one. Okay, so it is 4x equal 12, and x is 12 divided by 4, which is 3. Okay, now you substitute here and you say, okay, y is 11 minus 3 multiple 3, which is 11 minus 9, which is 2. Okay, so you have 1 and, okay, sorry, x is 3. You have 3 and 2. You have 3 and 2 as the answer, so you can highlight it and then you can check. So what is x? Okay, so 3 minus 2 equal 1. Yes, perfect. And the other one, 3 multiple 3 plus 2, which is 9 plus 2, which is 11. Perfect. Okay, so left side equal right side. And that's the answer. Okay, how about here? So here so at the beginning I noticed something, but I don't tell you. Okay, so I try to do it. Okay, so which one I choose? I choose the first equation and I choose x because that's 1 beside. Okay, that has 1 beside. Okay, so perfect. So x is 8 plus 4y. When I change to the other side, I change the sign. When I move to the other side, I change the sign. Okay, so now I substitute. So 2 multiple 8x plus 4y minus 8y equal 8. And then I have 16 plus 8y minus 8y equal 8. And then this and this cancel. I see 16 equal 8, which is impossible. When I reach to something impossible, what does this mean? When I reach to something impossible, it means I don't have any answer. And it means both of the see, y is removed and I cannot find y. And also I reach to something impossible. 16 is not equal 8. That's impossible. Okay, so in this case I say there is no answer. Okay, so there is no solution. How that is possible? Means both lines are parallel, so they don't touch each other. Oh, okay, so means I have two lines which have the same slope and just they have different y-intercept. Okay, can I see that? Okay, so one of them is x minus 4y equal 8. One of them is 2x minus 8y equal 8. So look at this. I have 4y. So I move that 4y is x minus 8. And I have y equal x over 4 minus 2. Okay, and I have 8y equal, okay, so 8y, 2x minus 8, and I have y equal 2x over 8 minus 8 over 8, which is x over 4 minus 1. Look at this. I have the same slope and I have different y-intercept. Of course, I have both lines parallel and I have so no solution because they don't touch each other. Okay, even from the beginning, could I notice this? Yes, when I look at the equation, what do I notice? I see x minus 4y equal 8. Can I say this is A? Oh yes, so A equal 8. Then for the next equation, I see 2x minus 8y. So it is like 2 multiple A. So it's like A but double. Okay, so 2A equal 8. That's impossible. If I have A equal 8, 2A is equal just equals 16. That's impossible to have A equal a number and 2A equal the same number. That's impossible. That's why I don't have any answer in this for this equation. Okay, so if you notice this from beginning, you can say no equation, but I recommend you go over it and just do this, and then you reach to something impossible, and then you can say, oh, I don't have any answer because it's impossible. I reach to something impossible. Okay, so how about this one here? Okay, so again, which one you choose? Maybe I can zoom here. Perfect. So sometimes when I zoom, just everything goes off and I don't see them. So that's why I avoid that. But okay, so I choose the second one and I choose x. Okay, so x equal minus 40. Oops. Minus 14 plus 4y. I move. Okay, now I substitute in the first one, sorry. So 2 multiple bracket, because 2 multiple everything. Okay, so minus 14 plus 4y. Now I don't have x, I have two things as x. So plus 3y equal 5. And then it's minus, it's minus 28 plus, plus 8y plus 3y equal 5, and then it is 11y equal 33, and y is 33 divided by 11, which is 3. Okay, so that's that. And then what is x? So you substitute this here, so and find x. You substitute in the original one, so 14 plus 3, so 4 multiple 3, which is minus 14 plus 12, and which is minus 2. Okay, so the answer is minus 2 and 3, and I can highlight it. Okay, so you can, okay, now you can check. So it is 2 times minus 2 plus 3 times 3, which is minus 4 plus 9, which is 5 equal 5. Perfect, I'm checking. Okay, and x minus 2 minus 4 multiple 3, which is minus 2 minus 12, which is minus 14. Minus 14 equal minus 14. Perfect, both of them are the same, so very good. And let me see what's going on. I say, like, when you zoom in and out, so it just goes crazy. Okay, so yeah, this one here. Okay, crazy. Okay, so I can do that. I don't see it here, so what happened? Okay, so maybe I can go here and then I come back to see if everything fixed. No, unfortunately it's not fixed. Okay, so maybe if I go to the beginning, what happened? No, I don't see anything here. Okay, so I just stop the video here and then I continue in the next video. Thank you so much.